Anyway, so for those who've been living under a rock, they announced 2042 today, which is the next Battlefield game. And for those who haven't seen the trailer, we're going to watch it. But instead of full-blown watching it, I probably will pause it at some points and talk about certain things. So that is what we are going to do. And then I have a bunch of other information up as well. So let's take a look-see. Game engine footage, by the way. Damn. Okay, so just real quick, I know I'm kind of starting already on the pauses, but what threw me off is when I first watched it, I barely caught this part here, so I only saw basically right here, and when I saw everybody jumping off, I'm like, oh shit. It's freaking, oh god, what's the map? Damavan Peak. It almost looks like Damavan Peak. And then, hey, thumbs up, good job, buddy. Instantly fucked. So another thing to point out is because of the wingsuit, I thought as soon as they showed that, I was like, oh god, they're replacing all parachutes with wingsuits. Thankfully, they've come out and said it's only a certain, what is it? Specialist is what they're using that has it. We'll talk about that later. Look, it's a mini dog. Mini Dago. You get a Robo Dago who goes to work. He's a good boy. This is interesting. Okay, I want to rewind that again. So for this part, for some reason, just the ship itself, whenever I see this, I instantly am thinking of one, either the ship from BF4 that was on Hainan Resort, or more importantly, the ships that are on, what is it, Atacama from BC2. This is an interesting segment where they're just like, all right, we're creeping up. It's all going to be great. And then all of a sudden, just dead. Tactical retreat. Retreat. Dear God. That gave me a trigger warning right there. Please, for the love of God, DICE, do not let this. Don't be front knives and counter knives again. Please. I do not want counter knives again. No, thank you. Take counter knifing away. Please don't come back. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Oh, shit. Everyone's tripping over each other. Deja vu. Interesting hovercraft that's coming back. Except that was more for naval strike. Now they're putting them on ice. What of Atlantean? Also, we have this vehicle now. Penguin. I'm very curious as to what this is going to be, because this looks interesting. Oh good, it has taillights. Cybertruck Elon, you did it again. And then there's a giant rocket. You know what? Hold on. I'd like to point this out. Look at where these people are. Look at this dude. You see this dude right here, chat? This guy's fucked. He is dead. Why was he here? Fucking Chad. Absolute Chad. Just like, you know what? Brother, don't even worry about it. This rocket ain't gonna get me. Oh my God. Look, He's still fine. He's still fine. All of those guys would be dead. This instantly reminds me of Dawnbreaker, just because of the setting. Please don't be Dawnbreaker V2. How unfortunate. Dawnbreaker flashbacks. More importantly, realistic battlefield scenario, chat. Right here, he flies up. They're like, oh, look, little bird. He'd be shot out. Right here. Nope. You're telling me all of these dudes on this roof wouldn't turn, have some form of engineer or some competent people and instantly snipe out that pilot? That guy's dead. More importantly, if this was Battlefield 4, imagine the lock-ons. I can hear it. I can hear the lock-ons. I still get PTSD from it. We were talking about Chads earlier. This chat. This is the Chad. I got this, brother. And then jets, of course. Oh, and here it is. Rendazook. As cool as that is, I'd like to point out another trigger warning. Carl Gustav. I'm thinking only back to the squad wipe cannon that was the Carl Gustav in BC2. Carl Gustav is back, boys. Nope, that wouldn't happen. He would instantly have hit the side and just fell off. Dead. I will say though, the vibes of this area, I know this is supposed to be, what is it called? Kaleidoscope. It's the Korean map, as shown up here by the Korean text. But whenever I see this, I think of the outside of Metro. That's what I think of. Like the starting rush for BF3, this is kind of what it reminds me of. I love Feeney in some ways, yeah. It was also North Korea, though. Oh, shit! Sudden freak lightning storm. Hold on a sec. Wait a sec. Just, I know there's a tornado, but hold on. I'm just checking the weather first. Okay, so it was already cloudy. And just a little rainy, but more importantly, how do you just miss a tornado that just shows up? How do you miss that? Look, they're just like, oh shit, we just forgot that there's a tornado literally like, I don't know, 20 feet? How do you miss that? Oh, that's a problem. This suck. Also, real Chads in the Tuk Tuk, which makes me very happy, by the way, that the Tuk Tuk is back, and more importantly, it's a modern Tuk Tuk. Look at everybody just getting sucked. Just jump out and parachute, forehead. Yeah, like this, but don't use the wingsuit. Can you imagine the amount of people that are going to be beamed by just random debris? I really hope that the debris inside the tornado will actually fly off and hit people. I really want that. Good trailer, though. I mean, all the way through, good trailer. So yeah, June 13th is the reveal, apparently for actual gameplay. They haven't said where or when. They're just like, hey, June 13th. So I guess we'll see. Learn more. Vignette. So, that's the trailer. And then they have the website, of course, which is pretty interesting on its own. It's a clue? Oh boy, a clue. Can't wait. Welcome to 2042. Battlefield's changing before your eyes. A cutting-edge arsenal at your disposal. The grand return of all-out warfare. Adapt and overcome a massive-scale 128-player battles, asterisk. Where dynamic storms, environmental hazards, total combat freedom, and Battlefield's signature destruction spark a new breed of only in Battlefield moments. I like that one right there. That's my favorite part of the sentence. Asterisk. Well, I guess, I think the asterisk is only for what? Consoles? Consoles are only getting 64, right? Or at least previous gen consoles? I think is what they said are getting only 64 players, so it's like BF3/BF4. What it was for consoles. Yeah, okay. So that is right. That's probably the asterisk. So, all-out warfare. Conquest and Breakthrough make the return at a massive scale with support to 128 players. What I do find interesting so far is that they've only announced 3 modes, and obviously they say that they're going to reveal a love letter to Battlefield fans and longtime players, developed by Dice LA, and unlike the 22nd, which is EA Play. So, I will say this already on its own. I am happy that they have limited the modes. They needed to limit the modes, and they definitely needed it. The fact that we're back down now to something like just Conquest and Breakthrough and whatever this is, that's good. We don't need more random ass modes that nobody's going to play that splits up the player base. I honestly believe that that is the way to go. Stick to your guns and work with it. No campaign. I'm good with that. I am 100% good with that. I am glad they are dedicating their time strictly to the multiplayer. That's what they should do. They absolutely should. Because most people would rather play the multiplayer. That's what I play Battlefield for, is the multiplayer. No one really cares about the single player unless it's a Bad Company game, in my opinion. But we played through all of Battlefield's single players recently. We did 3, 4 hardline. They're not great, chat. They're not great. Suppose I could do BC2s at some point. That would probably be a good one to go through again. Am I buying it on Origin or Steam? I'm going to buy it on probably Origin, because why would I go through Steam? And it's just going to lead to Origin. Will it have anime girls? Clearly. Anime booba. Yes, chat. Yep. It's happening, this game. So I guess this is the story, though. They have already set up a story of how the game takes place. 2031, 10 years it all took the world to the brink. Rising sea levels, collapsing economies, broken alliances, and headlines kept rolling in. October 9th, 2033, Hurricane Zeta, the world's first Category 6 storm. Oh, fuck. 2034, January 11th, global food fuel shortages spark second Great Depression. Feels bad, man. August 8th, 2035, European Union officially disbands following Germany's collapse. Well, so much for Brexit. The rise of the No-Pats. Left behind, the displaced bands together into ragtag fleets in search of safe harbor. They are families, farmers, doctors, engineers, and soldiers. The once privileged and the impoverished with backgrounds that are worlds apart, forced together, determined to survive. Oh god, there was a collapsible.
Hey, Nido!
Yo, Astoris, thank you for continuing your sub, man. That's very, very nice. Can I click the arrows? Yeah, I just did. But did I miss this one too? Oh, I might have missed that one. Hold on. Sorry. Oh, they just keep going down. Never mind. My bad. Didn't collapse. So 2037, humanity adapts to the new normal. Revolutions in energy, desert irrigation, hydraulic levees, and seawalls save coastal cities, reclaim farmland, and rebuild supply chains. Hope of finding stability leads to some nations reopening their borders. I have to say this. I am happy that they are going with their own made-up story that is at least connecting to the story of 2142, because I still believe the 2142 story was great. Even though it was not really a quote-unquote story, but the setting was there and they explained it like this. So it's kind of cool how you're getting this that connects it early on, in my opinion. But that's just kind of going back to the old school in me that I appreciate that. So, however, with no way to repatriate, excuse me, I had to stretch, 1.2 billion people, NOPATs become permanent fixture in an all economic, military, and social policy making. Many NOPATs are still distrustful of their governments. Yeah, fuck those governments, brother. Exiled them to refuse to call them to reassimilate. NOPAT leaders emerge inspiring a new identity unbound to former nationality, drawing a line in the sand between the old world and the new normal. Hashtag We Are NOPATs becomes a rallying cry. Oh. Even in the future, Twitter is still around. Oh no. Hashtag cringe. That one I do like. That is pretty. I don't get behind this one. You could have ended this paragraph right here. This did not need to happen. Anyway, amidst the world rebuilding, sparks of friction erupt between the US and Russia as the last two superpowers both vie for control of this vast changing world. We are mopeds. I like that one better. We are Neopets. The better, that's probably the best one. We are Neopets. 2040. A sudden space debris storm creates a Kessler effect, causing 70+% of all orbiting satellites to malfunction and crash to Earth. The cause is unknown. Well, dang it, space. Subsequent blackout causes mass devastation, planes crash, communication grids collapse. Already jammed global supply chains come to a standstill. Prices of oil, grain, and coal skyrocket exponentially. Unsubstantiated claims of over 100,000 lives are lost. Dang it, space! A world on the brink goes over the edge. No internet. This is the worst part. No navigation, no surveillance, no storm forecast. This. Sag. Actually Sag. Geopolitical distrusts surges overnight. No one can spy on each other, so no one can trust each other. Both Russia and US claim the other is responsible for the blackout, of course. Well, we all knew that was coming. While some suspect that NOPATs were behind it and accuse them of trying to sow anarchy. Former military and combat trained specialists amongst the NOPATs rise up into armed task forces to defend themselves as tensions rise. No anime. Yep, that's the end of anime, chat. Space debris hits, takes out 100,000 lives, takes out the internet, no more anime. Yep. It's all just a domino effect. No more hot tub streams. Brink of war. Food and fuel shortage ignites a shadow war between the US and Russia. To maintain plausible deniability, both sides field NOPAT task forces as proxies in an escalating conflicts over resources, promising the refugees a piece of what's left. What a shitty way to fight. I mean, I get that if this was a real scenario, you'd have to choose, but in general, that's really shitty way to go. It's like, well, I mean, we aren't going to say that anything's going to be there, but you gotta pick. So do you go K-Kona or K-Comrade? Which one are you, chat? 2042. Open war is imminent. NOPATs have no choice but to choose sides, fighting not for a flag, but for their future. Their war is your story. Hey, Kona, you know it, brother. So the story is pretty interesting overall. I think that's not a bad way of going about it. in my opinion, but there is also an FAQ that is actually kind of cool that they put this up. So let's see what this says. Because Nopat sounds way more cool. All right. When does Battlefield 2042 launch and on what platforms? It's available October 22nd. So that's about in line with most of its release scheduling. It's usually around like the 30th of October, early November. So not bad. It's pretty good, I'd say. It's like 8 days from my birthday. Early birthday present from me. So you have a ways to go, chat. 4 months and a day. You can see the images of the maps. Yeah, I'm going to be getting to those too. Will there be an open beta? We will host an open beta asterisk available to all players across all platforms. If you pre-order, you get early access to the beta. I'm still not a fan of pre-ordering for betas. I think that's kind of shitty, in my opinion. I'm still not a fan of that, but you know, it is what it is. Which modes can you play? Conquest, Breakthrough. All New Hazard Zone is a thrilling new addition to the franchise, and we can't wait to tell you more about a brand new experience where you can discover unexpected battles and enter a wide universe of Battlefield. How vague. Like, I know you're trying to keep it a secret, but at least give me something. How many players does Battlefield 2042 support? For the first time in Battlefield's history, 128 players can join an all-out warfare at the same time. Double asterisk. What is double asterisk? I get the first asterisk, but what is the second one? Now I'm worried. What does that mean? Oh boy. Please no 128 player lockers, Nolan. Please. Please. What are the maps? Yeah, we'll open the map page. To go there. How can the maps change during matches? You'll experience ever-changing battle conditions and gameplay challenges. Adapt on the fly to dynamic events and storms, such as sandstorms and deserts of Qatar, rocket launching from French Ghana Space Center, and tornadoes threatening South Korea's concrete jungles. So Levolution, it's Levolution 2.0. Yeah, we all knew it was a meme before, and they're sticking with it. They've doubled down. So I'm hoping that this time, at least for Levolution, it's not terrible. Like, I mean, the first one wasn't bad, but it was very just like, yeah, you can press a button and then something happens, or you wait a couple of minutes and then something happens. So I'm hoping that this one is actually dynamic in the sense of how it happens. But we'll see. And that's the big one. So, specialists. This is apparently a big deal for people. I have read a lot today that so many people are upset at the idea of specialists, but let's read what it says. Open that one too. The new specialist system lets you choose your role in the battlefield and form hand-tailored squads based on Battlefield's 4 classes. Specialists have one unique specialty and trait, but the rest of the loadout is fully customizable. Choosing and equipping your specialist allows you to build synergies with your squad and empower yourself to take on any battle situation. There will initially be 10 specialists available in 2042. A lot of people are upset at this because, and I can see why, a lot of them are like comparing it to Overwatch and Siege, where it's like, oh great, we have characters again. You're playing a class, but you're a character in that class. So it's like, it's like abilities. So I can kind of see where they're coming from with it and why they're upset about it. But to me, it more kind of reminisces of what they wanted to do with Battlefield 5, where they wanted to have different specializations for the classes. But instead, they just realized that they could just put it on a character instead. Yeah, it's like a set of choosing perks, essentially, but it's limited to a person. So, well, I opened up the thing, so we'll look at that in a minute. It's very 50-50 for me, and I can see the downsides. What weapons, vehicles, and other equipment will be available in 2042? Vehicles, jets, helis, all new equipment inspired by the near future. Summon the Ranger, a robotic dog built for battle. Use the Surrette pistol to revive squad members from afar and employ a grappling hook to reach new places. I better be able to be goddamn Spider-Man. That's all I'm saying. Give me the hook from Titanfall 2. Let me be Pathfinder. Can I be Pathfinder in this game? Don a wingsuit and deploy a recon drone and more. More people are excited about the Dogbot, a robotic dog built for battle. The big question, chat, with this one, can you pet the dog? Otherwise, 0 out of 10, trash game. I better be able to pet this robo dog. Pet the dog, we need. No, you can't pet the dog. Come on, man, don't give me hope. I want to pet the dog. I sure hope you can. So this is another big one for me, at least, is the live service plans. We're taking a new approach to the live service for a Battlefield game, where players will be given the services and evolution they have come to expect from a modern multiplayer games. As expected, I figured they would go. All aimed at keeping the community playing together for years to come. We'll be evolving our world and expanding the fiction through seasons. Yep, go figure. So they're pulling a Warzone / Apex seasons style. Each one lasting about 3 months. That's about as long as like an Apex 1, or pretty long, I'd say. It's not bad. Every season will come with a new free and paid for battle pass, delivering new content to chase after. I hope their paid battle pass stuff actually has stuff worth a damn. I would like to actually see if they have more cosmetics that will hopefully be good. Because Battlefield 5's was kind of stale. And you hope weapons aren't locked. They said, I think, that the weapons aren't locked to the characters, right? Isn't that what they said? Especially... But the rest of the loadout is fully customizable. So I believe the weapons aren't locked. That's what they said. Yeah, some creative skins would definitely be nice. I agree. Anime waifus. Please! Please! Man. So yeah, in our first year of live service, we will deliver 4 seasons with 4 battle passes, 4 new specialists, along with more fresh content. So are the specialists only going to be locked to the paid or the free? That's what I wonder. Technical test. So this is another big one here, and I found this interesting. There will be a technical play test to a limited number of Battlefield veterans. Like, what does this mean? That's very vague. Players will be able to participate in a technical playtest at the beginning of July 2021. Note that the test will not be a closed alpha. Not be a closed alpha. Similar to those that we created for previous Battlefield games. The technical playtest will be done in a closed setting where we'll be using gray box environments of the game with participating under NDA. So what that means is, if you guys remember Battlefield 4, when they were making the community map in the CTE, you guys remember the early versions where it looked like the moon? It's that. They're doing that again. So yeah, it's just a sandbox playtest. They're just doing it on that. So I find that pretty interesting. That's going to be under NDA. But that's cool. I mean, I would definitely love to, especially as somebody who's been a part of the Battlefield community for many years and played all of the games, I would love to absolutely help in any way I can. I'd love to help and do a playtest, but, you know, whoever gets in, gets in. What is the purpose of the technical playtest? Through feedback and other means, we'll focus on validating our core gameplay loop, technical performance, and stability in order to deliver a great experience for players in the launch of Battlefield 2042. So they're basically saying they don't want their servers to be shit. Who knows, Panda? Again, it's like, if I get in, I would love it. I'd love to help in any way possible. I am all for helping a franchise I love get better. in any way I can. That's what I want to do. Let's take a look at the specialists, because this was another thing that I wanted to look at. Paid battle pass will only be cosmetic operators and most likely be free. Okay, sponsor me. I mean, I'm part of Game Changers, but that's its own thing, so who knows? Again, it's whatever. Specialists, choose your role on Battlefield and form a custom-made squads through a new specialist system based on 4 classes. Have a unique and specialty trait, but the rest of the loadout is fully customizable. Yeah, so that's what we just read. Let's take a look at what they got so far. Oh, good. My favorite one is redacted, 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 redacted. You guys have a favorite one? Mine's redacted. So let's look at the ones they're only giving us. Specialist details for Webster McKay. You can be a game changer and be critical of a game. I know. I mean, I've never filtered myself. I am very critical of Battlefield. All right? I know I am. I know I'm a very critical person at times, but I'm also very realist in how I try to view things and understand that the game industry is a hard thing to do. 100%. You're never going to please anybody. You can't please everyone. Everyone's going to be upset at something. But I'm just trying to give the feedback that I can after experience of playing the games, even on a competitive level for years too. And just, even for the casual player too. And I don't know, man. I want the game to be good. I don't think anybody wants this game to be bad, especially if you're a Battlefield fan. You don't want the game to be bad. So yeah, I've never tried to filter myself in terms of what I say. What I speak is how I feel. An ex-military lone wolf survivalist, McKay is an ass kicker with a conscience. Oh. He's a sweetheart. This Canadian-born assault soldier fights for the non-patrioted to make a regret from his to make a right from a regret from his military days. Is this Chuck? Shout out to Chuck, who's our fellow Canadian here, and also shout out to all of our other fellow Canadians in chat. Grappling hook. Oh, so he's Pathfinder. Fires a rope that attaches to the surface. When attached, the rope is retracted and the player gets pulled towards the attach point. You have to play him and say pitter patter before every round. Oh, you're right. It's clearly Wolfie. Wolfie's also Canadian. I forgot about that. This Wolfie, look, it's him. I've seen it. Allows the player to move more quickly while aiming down sights, further enhancing their speed-related advantages. Huh. Okay, that one actually might be pretty good. Like, the grappling hook is cool, don't get me wrong, but that, more from a gunplay standpoint, is also interesting, but we don't know how fast that actually means in a real-world difference, but we'll see how that pans out. 80 AD spam intensifies. Dear God, I hope not. Maria. A veteran support, Maria Falk is a strong... It has a strong that will not be shaken by danger, fear, or rank. Okay. The skilled medic's primary... Wait a minute. Hold up. Veteran support. Medic. Support. Medic. What? Which are you? Are you a support or are you a medic? Which one are you? What? I don't understand. Yes. Great. Cool. This skilled medic's primary motivation is to find your son, David, among the non-patriotic groups spread across the world. Oh, no. Is this just going to be another Heavy Rain? Or another Red Dead Redemption 2? What was he looking for in Red Dead 2? People who know who've played this game, what was the guy who was looking for? Know what I'm talking about. The one guy that you encounter would always be looking for his friend. That's what I imagine. Running around yelling the name. David? David? It was Gavin. That's what it was. Gavin. Have you seen Gavin? Gavin. Same thing, but David. 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 Okay, anyway. Surrette pistol. Fires a syringe that friendlies to provide healing. If fired at an enemy, the syringe will do damage. Somebody, okay, chat. Somebody who doesn't play Rainbow Six Siege, isn't this a character from Rainbow Six Siege? Oh, it is. Okay, it's Doc. So this is just the same thing. Like, you just have a gun that revives people? Wow. Okay. That seems kind of like a ripoff. They're like, just copy paste that. You made this? You made this? I made this. Combat Surgeon allows the player to return down allies to combat with full health when reviving. So that's an interesting one. Just specifically this one. Return down allies to combat with full health when reviving. So does that mean you no longer get full health? Is this just 20 spanking all over again? Is this BF4 revives where some dude's just gonna come up and slap my ass with paddles and then I'm gonna be 20% again? Just 20 spanked? Oh no. Other classes just don't revive to full health. Other players get 50? I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like you're gonna have to probably play it, I guess, to have a more greater understanding of how it'll be, but I guess if it happens to everybody, it happens to everybody, but interesting, to say the least, that they're now just giving it to a character, I suppose. Peter Boris Guskarski. Yes, comrade. Comrade Boris is best specialist. I mean, look at this absolute comrade of a face. Anyway. But look at this guy's face, though. It does look like he's just had enough of this shit. Like, his face is so sad. He's just like, oh, fuck it. Self-motivated and self-fulfilling, Boris seeks to acquire power and control in a chaotic world. This Russian-born engineer is a very experienced weapons expert on the task force, although his true attachment to the team is suspect. You found him. The guy who's sus. Among Us. SG-36 Sentry System. Oh, so he's engineer? Is he an engineer? Automatically spots and engages enemy targets detected within a certain area. Sentry operator spots the enemy target when the sentry gun locks onto the enemy in question. Yeah, that's literally engineer. That's like TF2 NG. Some ways. Does this mean I can also build a sentry and a dispenser? Erect in a dispenser. Let's see. Except he is now Russian instead of a guitar. He plays an accordion. God, are you really gonna make me look this up? Hold on now. Now I gotta do a bit. So what you're saying... Where is it? I will find it. Come on, YouTube. It should be like the first thing. Oh, I'm so mad. It's not the first thing anymore. Whatever. Find it later. So what is this? Wickus Casper Van Dale. Wickus? Vicus? Is it Vicus or Wickus? Recon Soldier Vicus is a loner and an unflappable calm presence on the task force. An introvert like me. Like one of us. Probably. Vicus does not make acquaintances easily, but his determination to fight for a better world is rock solid. God damn it. Vicus Dickus. If only it was Vicus Dickus. uh Anyway, so he has a recon drone, spots nearby moving targets, and can disorient enemies by using EMP blasts. Can also, oh my god, he's crypto. He's crypto. What? Movement sensor. Alerts players to the approaching enemies both while boots on the ground and while piloting the recon drone. He's crypto! He is lit. This is a copy paste of crypto from Apex Legends. He is literally crypto. What the hell? Hello, Daniel. Like, I mean, okay. Suppose that's also original Do Not Steal. So I guess they're just gonna take bits and pieces from everywhere, and that's fine, I suppose. But those are the only ones that I have so far. I think they said that these are going to be the only characters available for the technical test. I don't know if that's going to be the same for the beta. So these are the maps. Moving on to maps. The maps in 2042 will offer all new gameplay experiences. Oh, it's more of the FAQ stuff. Okay. So let's discover the maps. Orbital. Karu French Ghana. It is a race against the hostile conditions as you fight around the site of imminent rocket launch. Watch out for both enemy fire and upcoming storms on this dynamic map. Show me potato salad. Oh. Not a bad looking map, I suppose, for concept art. Anything I could take away from this? I think this is like almost 3D renders in it as well. Very blue. Yes, very blue. Multiple rockets as well. And also oceans. How many rockets is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Must be a lot. Well, it looks cool. I'll give it that. It kind of reminds me of a little bit of, what is it, No Shard down here. Or no, more of Tehran. Kind of Tehran in some ways, but also very interesting. Supposedly this is supposed to be the smallest map. Isn't that what someone said? You ready for the rocket tower to be a sniper heaven? Yes. My gosh, look at this. If you could go all the way up here, people are gonna, oh my gosh. What does that remind me of? Firestorm. In one of the flags for Firestorm, it kind of had a tower like this with multiple levels. Very similar. That's kind of what it reminded me of. Interesting. Huh? Okay. What do we got next? Hourglass. Doha, Qatar. Fight in a city lost to the desertification around it. Massive dust and sandstorms, and constantly rolling in, blotting out the natural light as you battle for control of convoy. Trapped in shifting sand. You're fighting over a convoy. Really? Yes, sure. What do we got? This just reminds me of Warzone, but that's because of the stadium. So you went from blue tint to orange tint on your maps. Blue to orange, contradicting colors. And this just reminds me of Dawnbreaker back here. That's all I'm seeing is Dawnbreaker. So you go from Warzone to Dawnbreaker. More importantly, if this is all 128 players, that means that you're going to be probably on this whole thing, which should be interesting. Some night ops maps, that'd be interesting as well. Oh, it kind of has a little courtyard area that you fight over too. Very interesting. Hope it's good. Hope all of these are good. This is from the trailer, Kaleidoscope. What was that one? In the state-of-the-art metropolis in South Korea, zipline between skyscrapers and fight among the plazas surrounding the enemy's iconic data center. The city's iconic data center. Very, yeah, that's very futuristic.
Hey, Nito!
That's what I'd say. I forgot the foreign nation filter for that Dubai map. Oh. Welcome back, Panda, for 14. Thank you, man. Hey, Neptune. I'm definitely getting the vibes of kind of Lamfini and the outside of Metro for this area, and then obviously Siege, I suppose, because of just the geometry. I wonder how many of these buildings you're actually going to be able to go through on the map, or if this is just going to be a lane. That's actually, now I am curious with 128 players. Is it all just going to be a whole fucking lane? Just a straight lane, just this? Because I could see that. Unless it's going to be all of that, too. If you could knock down all the buildings, that would be pretty cool. I'd be very interested to see if it could handle that. But it's the Frostbite engine, so who knows? It's up in the air. But neat looking map. I hope that one's the beta one. Actually, no, I think they said it would be orbital. I don't remember. One of those. Manifest. Think of the frames. Rest in peace, my frame. Brani Island, Singapore. Watch out for tropical tornadoes and navigate through a maze-like cargo containers in this key trade location to American supply lines. I could see nothing other than a chopper. You're both very handsome looking. But this is just straight up no-shar. That's what I'm seeing. Either Suez, no-shar, one of those. Maybe Karg in some ways, but definitely more no-shar Karg kind of vibes. Miss nose hair. Nose hair canal. Wish I could have seen more of the map other than a little bird, but you know, it's whatever. Oh, I should have read that one. Discarded. Lang, India. Along a strategic section of India's west coast, colossal ships stranded on the beach are being stripped for parts. Fight among the hulls of those behemoths while adapting to deadly storms. We also saw that in the trailer where they just yanked a side apparently off of this. I wonder if you'll be able to do that. Oh, good. More cranes. Can't wait. Definitely getting Gulf of Oman vibes right now of just people sitting on those two cranes on Oman all the way back with their 40x scopes. Just sniping. Yeah, boy. More importantly, if you can get on top of all of these things too on the ship, like all the way up in the nests here and into the bridge, that'd be pretty interesting too. But we'll see what's actually accessible. Breakaway. Queenmond Land, Antarctica. Tread carefully on this dynamic map where oil extraction has turned the freezing area into a strategic hotspot. Take advantage of the destructible fuel tank silos to create debris fields and permanent fires when destroyed. Oh. What was that map? I can't remember the name off the top of my head, chat. What was the name of the map in BF4 that was very kind of similar to this in a vibe? Like it had this kind of Altai. It was Altai. Thank you. You knew it right away. Yes, I think it was Altai Range. It kind of reminds me of Altai, just the way it's set up. Obviously, the whole jumping off is Damavan. But yeah, I was thinking more of Altai Range, where it has kind of the same dome in the middle. Well, oh, also Osprey. Apparently, we're going to have Ospreys in the game. So I don't know how that's going to handle. I don't know if that's like an attack Osprey or just a transport. If it's a transport, it better be like BC2 minigunning. Neat. Not a bad looking map. Renewal. All we get is just ass, apparently. For also split down the middle. Oh, it's kind of like a giant solar farm. Interesting. Eastern Desert Egypt, a giant wall built to secure rich man-made architectural areas. Take center to stage on this intense map. Prepare for the extreme conditions Deploy and secure access points and massive gates in the wall. So you're saying that this was designed to keep out the pores? Is that what I'm getting? This is just a wall? And then you have this? That actually is kind of cool. Like, I do like the split design. That is kind of neat. Fighting in a massive solar tower area or solar farm. Can you imagine just people hiding in between all of these and trying to make callouts? He's on the left one. Which one? Like, good luck. Good luck making callouts on that one, buddy. On the solar panel. Which one? The universal call out of over there. He's by the trees. He's in the snow. Oh, man. Good luck making call outs. At least you can make some call outs over here, but yikes. In this area, that's a nightmare. Interesting, though. Also, I hope that this stupid wingsuit isn't entirely broken. It would be nice, though, just to be able to... I see more recons using this. More than anything else, more snipers. If they could carry any weapon, I could see more snipers being the wingsuit people because they're just going to take a shot and run the fuck away. Wingsuit away. Fucking Rocky Squirrel over here. Rocket J Squirrel. Anything else? Media. Trailers and videos. No, these are all the screenshots we just looked at. Oh, there's more stuff. More stuff! That guy is about to get fucking booped right here. I've played enough Battlefield 4 to know that guy's about to get booped by this little bird. Oh man, hover cars, hover tanks. Sweet. Does it concern you that they're more going for a hero shooter? No. Yeah, I can see it doesn't really upset me to say that they're going that way. I wish they wouldn't have gone that way. My biggest concern, though, is that once you go to specialist, right? Here, I'll just go back to here just to kind of give an example. Let's say that Nimble, right, on Webster, let's go ahead and say that his ability right here makes him OP. It's like really strong. Everything else about it is just like, this is the one. Then you have a problem. This is where the problem lies. As soon as you have one of these two perks and one of them becomes very, very strong, and once players start picking up on a meta and then creating the meta, that's when you have issues. And I'm very curious to see if they have balanced this well enough to the point where there won't be a meta. But knowing the way the player base works and how people gravitate to certain things, especially in any game, because there's always a Lich King, you know, M16A3, AEK, Type 2A, there's always a meta. So in combination of meta weapons with something like meta perks, then you have problems. So it's going to be interesting to see how they balance this. I don't know if they will be able to pull it off correctly to where it will be somewhat balanced, but there will always be a meta. We just can only hope it will be only gun-based, which can be easily tweaked, and not character-based. But we just don't know until we can actually get our hands on the game and people start playing and become shitheads. Because that's the only way to tell, right? As soon as people become shitheads, you'll know. It'll become very apparent. Hopefully we won't get any sort of metas anytime soon. At the Ranger. That would probably be a good emote if it gets to the point where the Ranger is good. Oh, look at that. Tanks and stuff. It's chilling. What gun is that guy using? Can't even tell. That looks like a Scar. Is that a Scar? It's so tiny. Freebrams. I think that's a Scar. The way it looks almost looks like a Scar. I can't really zoom in on it. No, I guess I kind of can. Yeah, that's about as far as I could zoom in. But it looks like a scar. Yeah, more wingsuiting away from tornadoes. It's the boat map. The HUD. Oh, Jesus, look at this. There are people just jumping off the top of the sign. Meanwhile, you have people who are ziplining across. I didn't even notice that. That's pretty cool. Also, what is this guy doing? Is he gonna go get that jet? Good luck. That's how you get road killed. Oh, yep, you're right. That's Chad. We found him. He's gonna RKO the jet. Body slams are back, boys. We could never figure out how we did that in BF3, by the way. Body slam the jet. Take it out. Yep, more of the ones we saw. More of the ones we saw. All the ones we saw. So there's only a couple screenshots that we didn't even really see. Watch out, watch out, watch out! RKO. Well, that's about all we know so far. That's all they've shown. So, I'm definitely interested. I will say that. So here's the PC Gamer article, by the way. They pretty much just repeat everything that was said. Levolution is back. Some vehicles have spotter seats. Small detail, but I like the sound of it. No single player. Yeah, that's a good one. Specialists. Modes. Things we've already seen. Settings, maps. Oh, yes. And here's the official cover art, by the way. This thing would fucking go away. Get off my screen for a sec. I just want to look at it. Just want to look at it. Okay, or don't. Anyway, am I the only one, chat, who thinks that this guy looks, one, way too calm, and two, he looks like Nathan Fillion? Right? Like, that looks like Nathan Fillion to me. I can't be the only one who sees that. Nathan Fillion, please confirm, yes or no, are you on the Battlefield cover? Small side note as well. Flying cargo containers from Tornado. Someone's gonna get fucked by that. Not a bad looking cover art though, I suppose, but that definitely just looks like Nathan Fillion to me. I'm down for it. And that's all we know. That is literally all we know when it comes to Battlefield, at least for 2042 right now. We'll get the gameplay on the 13th, so that's obviously a Sunday. So on a Sunday is when you will see, I guess, get multiplayer gameplay, or we will see it. I'm guessing they're going to do it on the, oh, that's probably a good place. Sorry. It's a good place to look as well. Where is it? Where's the E3? Here we go, E3 schedule. That's the 13th. So Battlefield reveal. So that's tomorrow also, by the way, chat. We're going to be doing that. I know I've said it a bunch of times tonight, but tomorrow, if you're subbing in the Discord, we're going to be watching the Summer Game Fest thing. It starts obviously at 11 a.m., but I'm not going to fucking watch that when it's live. I'll probably watch the VOD later with everybody in Discord. So we're probably going to watch that later. I do love our E3 stuff that we do every year, just watching the games and all of that. So we're going to be doing that tomorrow. The 12th is Ubisoft Forward. So that's probably the only one I'm really looking forward to on the 12th. And maybe Devolvers. Devolvers is always good just for content. Gearbox, who cares? We're going to talk about new Borderlands stuff. Hold on. The Borderlands studio is bound to talk Borderlands, whether it's new events or DLC for Borderlands 3, or possibly a trailer for the Borderlands movie? What? Okay. That's not gonna be awful or anything. Good luck. Yikes. Anyway. So here's the 13th, which is Xbox, Bethesda, Square Enix, Warner Brothers, PC Gaming Show, and Future Game Show. So I think they're going to show off the 2042 trailer or gameplay probably during the Xbox Bethesda one. They're probably going to do it exclusively for the Xbox one. That's what I could see. Unless for some reason DICE decides to do it for the PC gaming one, which would be cool, but it's probably going to be the Xbox one. So that's probably when you're going to see the gameplay is on the Xbox one for the 13th at 10 a.m. Oh boy. So good luck for that one. What's the 14th? Take-Two Interactive, Freedom Games, Capcom. Oh, that'll be interesting to see what Capcom does. And then the Nintendo Direct on the 15th. So that's a lot of stuff coming up for E3. But yeah, that's the 13th. That's your best bet probably right here for 2042. So that's basically my TED Talk. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk, but I figured it would be fun to just kind of talk about all of the Battlefield stuff that's been happening today, because it's a little bit to take in, talk about, but yeah, we'll see more. Let's talk about it more as more things pop up, and I'm sure we'll do the same thing on Sunday and review all of the other stuff. Did you hear that 2042 is going to have a Crysis-style attachment system? Yes, I did. The fact that they are going to have a Crysis-style attachment system is pretty cool in some ways, but I hope it's not broken. I hope it's not broken. But we'll see how that pans out. So I'm going to message everybody in the lads and see if they want to play some Apex. Actually, I don't have to do it for Wolfie. Wolfie's already in there. Yes, thank you, chat. I hope you all enjoyed that kind of normal off-content stuff, but I like talking about things I'm passionate about, especially for Battlefield, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So thank you for those who stuck around, and I am going to swap over to Apex for tonight, guys. It was quite